Bruce Lee stands alone in the center of a worn wooden floor, arms folded across his chest, watching 400 students move through forms with varying degrees of precision. The year is 1967. The location is a converted warehouse in Oakland, California on 3rd Street, near the docks where cargo ships groan against their moorings and seagulls scream overhead. The space smells of sweat, old wood, and the faint salt tang carried in through windows cracked open despite the February chill. He is 26 years old, 5 feet 7 inches, 135 pounds. He wears simple black cotton pants and a white tank top that reveals lean, densely packed muscle across his shoulders and arms. His feet are bare. His hair is cut short, practical. His expression is neutral, but his eyes, dark, focused, relentlessly attentive, track every student, every error, every moment of hesitation or uncertainty. This is his school, the Junfan Gung Fu Institute. His dream made tangible through years of labor, struggle, and refusal to accept the limitations others tried to impose. Here, in this space that still smells faintly of the fish processing plant that occupied it before, he teaches anyone willing to learn. White students, black students, women, people the traditional schools in Chinatown refuse to train because of their skin color or gender or lack of Chinese heritage. The students move through a drill he designed himself, a flowing combination of blocks, strikes, and footwork meant to build reflexes and coordination. Some execute it beautifully, others stumble, lose balance, second-guess their movements. He notes each mistake without judgment. Teaching he's learned requires patience, requires meeting people where they are, not where you wish they were. A woman in her early 20s with blonde hair tied back in a ponytail loses her footing during a pivot and nearly falls. She catches herself, cheeks flushing red, eyes darting toward him to see if he noticed. He nods once, a small gesture of acknowledgement, not criticism. She exhales, resets, tries again. This time her pivot is cleaner. The sound in the warehouse is rhythmic, feet sliding across wood, breath expelled with strikes, the occasional grunt of effort or frustration. Outside, a truck horn blares. Someone shouts in Cantonese from a nearby building. The city pulses around them, indifferent to what happens in this converted warehouse, to the experiment Bruce is conducting here. The radical notion that martial arts mastery isn't determined by ethnicity or tradition, but by dedication, intelligence, and heart. He glances at the clock mounted on the far wall. They've been training for 90 minutes. Another 30 and he'll release them, exhausted and stronger than when they arrived. Then the door opens. Not the small side door students use. The large rolling door at the front of the warehouse, the one meant for deliveries for cargo. Someone has pushed it open. Without knocking, without announcement. Afternoon sunlight floods in, momentarily blinding, and a figure steps through, silhouetted against the brightness. The students nearest the door stop mid-form, turning to look. The disruption ripples outward. More students pause, confused. Bruce remains still, watching, as the figure resolves into clarity. A man, late 40s, perhaps 50, tall, over 6 feet, with broad shoulders and a thick chest. He wears traditional Chinese martial arts attire, black silk pants, a buttoned silk jacket with frog closures, black cloth shoes. His hair is gray at the temples, slicked back with oil. His face is hard, weathered, with deep lines carved around his mouth and eyes. He carries himself with the kind of certainty that comes from decades of never being contradicted, never being challenged, never being told no. Behind him, 3 younger men file in. Students, clearly. They wear similar traditional clothing. They position themselves flanking their teacher, arms crossed, faces set in expressions of practiced intimidation. The warehouse has gone quiet. 400 students stand frozen, mid-movement, watching. Bruce doesn't move, doesn't speak. He simply waits, his gaze steady on the man who has entered his school without permission, without respect. The older man surveys the space slowly, deliberately. His eyes move across the students, white faces, black faces, brown faces, women, and his lip curls slightly. Disgust, thinly veiled. When his gaze finally settles on Bruce, he lets the silence stretch for several long seconds before speaking. His voice is deep, heavily accented, loud enough to carry across the entire warehouse. "You are Li Jun Fan. Not a question, a statement. The use of Bruce's Chinese name rather than the name he's chosen for himself, a small, calculated disrespect. Bruce doesn't react to the provocation. His voice, when he responds, is calm, even, measured. I'm Bruce Lee. This is my school. Can I help you? The older man's eyes narrow. I am Master Wong Tak Shing. I teach Wing Chun in San Francisco, traditional Wing Chun, pure Wing Chun, not this. He waves a hand dismissively at the students, at the warehouse, at everything Bruce has built. Not this circus you are running here. The insult lands exactly as intended. Several students stiffen, angry on Bruce's behalf. A few take half steps forward as if preparing to defend their teacher. Bruce raises one hand slightly, a small, controlled gesture. They stop immediately, trusting him, waiting for his lead. This is a private training session, Bruce says, his tone still calm but with an edge now, a hint of steel beneath the surface courtesy. If you'd like to discuss something, we can arrange a time to speak after class. Master Wong laughs. It's a harsh, mocking sound. His students laugh with him, a beat too late, a beat too eager. The sound echoes off the high warehouse ceiling, amplified and ugly. Arrange a time? Master Wong's voice drips with contempt. Why would I waste more time here than necessary? I came to see what the rumors were about, to see if this disgrace is as bad as I heard. He steps further into the warehouse, his students moving with him, a coordinated advance meant to intimidate through proximity and numbers. Teaching sacred Chinese arts to anyone who walks in with a few dollars, to people with no lineage, no tradition, no right to these teachings. Disrespecting your sifu, disrespecting your heritage, disrespecting everything real martial artists stand for. Bruce doesn't move, doesn't retreat. His hands remain loose at his sides. His breathing stays even. But something shifts in his eyes, a focus, a calculation, a decision being made in real time. Every person here, Bruce says quietly, has earned their place. They train hard, they respect the art, they respect each other, that's what matters. Respect? Master Wong spits the word. You know nothing of respect. You were expelled from Ip Man's school. You were told not to teach non-Chinese. You ignored that wisdom. You ignored tradition. You think you are better than the masters who came before you? You think you can change centuries of knowledge because you are young and arrogant and desperate for American money. The accusation hangs in the air, heavy and deliberate. Several students glance at Bruce, uncertain now. They've heard bits of his history, his conflict with traditionalists in Hong Kong, his arrival in America with almost nothing, his battles to establish himself despite opposition from the established Chinese martial arts community. But hearing it weaponized like this, turned into proof of unworthiness, shakes something loose. Bruce's jaw tightens. Just barely. Just enough to betray that the words have landed, have found their target. Master Wong sees it and smiles, a predator sensing wounded prey. You are not a master, Master Wong continues, his voice louder now, playing to the audience of 400 students and his own 3 followers. You are a boy pretending to be a teacher. You are embarrassing yourself, embarrassing us. Every real martial artist in California is laughing at you. At this joke you call a school. The warehouse is suffocating now with tension. Students' hands have curled into fists. Some are shaking with suppressed anger. Others look stricken, hurt on Bruce's behalf. The 3 men behind Master Wong stand taller, chests puffed, feeding off their teacher's aggression. Bruce still hasn't moved. His hands remain at his sides. His expression is unreadable now, neutral in a way that requires immense discipline, immense control. When he speaks, his voice is quieter than before. Soft, almost gentle. Master Wong, I understand you're upset. I understand you see what I'm doing here as a threat to tradition. But I'm not your enemy. I'm just teaching people who want to learn. It's an olive branch, an attempt at de-escalation, an offer of respect despite the disrespect being hurled at him. It's the response of someone who understands that fighting isn't always the answer, that sometimes wisdom means finding a path that avoids unnecessary conflict. Master Wong's face darkens. The attempt at peace infuriates him more than aggression would have. He takes another step forward, closing the distance between himself and Bruce to less than 10 feet. You think you can teach? Master Wong's voice has gone cold now, dangerous in its precision. You think these people respect you, believe in you? Let me show them who you really are. He turns slightly, addressing the students directly, his voice booming. Your teacher is a fraud, a disgrace. Someone who couldn't make it in real martial arts, so he opened a school for anyone desperate enough to pay him. He teaches movie tricks, flashy nonsense with no substance, no root, no power. He turns back to Bruce. I challenge you, right here, right now. If you are a real martial artist, prove it. Face me. Show these people what you're made of. He pauses, lets the challenge breathe, then delivers the final cut. Unless you're afraid, unless you know deep down that you're exactly what I say you are. A fake. The warehouse erupts in sound. Students shouting denials, demanding Bruce defend himself, some calling for Master Wong to leave. The noise is chaotic, overwhelming. Through it all, Bruce remains still, silent, thinking. He knows what Master Wong is doing. This isn't about martial arts. This is about humiliation. About destroying Bruce's reputation in front of his students. If Bruce refuses to fight, he looks weak. If he fights and loses, he's finished. If he fights and wins, he's validated Master Wong's accusation that he's an arrogant young man with no respect for elders, for tradition. There's no winning move here. Not in the conventional sense, but Bruce Lee has never thought conventionally. He raises his hand again. The students fall silent immediately, faster this time, trusting him even now, even in this moment of crisis. The warehouse goes quiet. Master Wong waits, arms crossed, confident in his trap. Bruce looks at him for a long moment. Then, in that same quiet, measured voice, he says, I'll accept your challenge, Master Wong, but not in the way you expect. Master Wong's eyebrows rise slightly. What does that mean? It means I'll prove what I teach works, but I won't hurt you to do it. I won't dishonor you. I won't make you lose face in front of your students or mine. Bruce takes a single step forward. I'll give you 9 seconds to attack me with everything you have. 9 seconds where I won't strike back, won't hurt you. I'll only defend, only move. If you can touch me once in those 9 seconds, even just once, I'll close this school. I'll admit you're right about everything. I'll tell every one of these students to go find a traditional teacher like you. The offer lands like a thunderclap. Students gasp. Master Wong's students look at each other uncertain. Master Wong himself stares at Bruce, trying to determine if this is a trick, a trap, or genuine. 9 seconds, Bruce repeats. That's all. You attack. I defend. You touch me once, I lose everything I've built here. That's the challenge. Are you confident enough in your traditional Wing Chun to accept it? It's a master stroke. Bruce has turned the trap back on Master Wong. If Wong refuses, he looks like a coward in front of everyone. If he accepts and fails to land a single touch in 9 seconds, he's humiliated beyond recovery. And Bruce has structured it so that even if he dominates the exchange, he's not disrespecting an elder. He's simply demonstrating defense, not offense. He's framed the entire confrontation in terms that make him look humble and Master Wong look like the aggressor. Master Wong's face flushes red. His hands clench at his sides. He's trapped now, just as he tried to trap Bruce. His students are watching. Bruce's students are watching. He can't back down without losing everything. 9 seconds, he finally says, his voice tight. I'll need less than that to prove you're a fraud. Bruce nods once. He walks to the center of the open floor space, the same spot where he was standing when Master Wong first entered. He turns to face the older man. His hands remain at his sides. His stance is neutral, relaxed, almost casual. One of Bruce's students, a young man with shaggy brown hair, maybe 20 years old, pulls out a stopwatch from his gym bag. His hands are shaking. He holds it up, showing Bruce. Bruce nods. Master Wong removes his silk jacket slowly, deliberately, handing it to one of his students. Beneath it, he wears a white undershirt. His arms are thick, muscular, scarred from decades of training. He rolls his shoulders, cracks his neck, settles into a Wing Chun stance, knees bent, hands positioned in the center, weight evenly distributed. The warehouse is absolutely silent now. 400 people holding their breath. The student with the stopwatch looks at Bruce. Bruce nods. Begin, the student says, and clicks the timer. Master Wong explodes forward with shocking speed for a man his age and size. His lead hand shoots out, a chain punch, the signature Wing Chun technique, designed to overwhelm through sheer volume and speed. 3 punches in rapid succession aimed at Bruce's face and chest. Bruce isn't there. He's moved, shifted his weight, rotated his torso, created absence where Master Wong strikes expect presence. Master Wong adjusts instantly, pivoting, throwing an elbow strike toward Bruce's temple. Bruce dips under it, his head tilting just enough for the elbow to pass through empty air inches above his scalp. Master Wong doesn't pause. He flows into a low sweep, trying to take Bruce's legs out from under him. Bruce lifts his lead foot, half an inch. The sweep passes harmlessly beneath. He sets his foot down in a different position, his weight already shifting for the next movement. 3 seconds gone. Master Wong is breathing harder now, frustration creeping into his movements. He charges forward, throwing a combination, punch, palm strike, grab attempt. He's trying to overwhelm, to corner, to force contact through sheer aggression. Bruce moves like water, like smoke. Every attack finds nothing. He doesn't block. Blocking implies resistance. Implies force meeting force. He simply isn't where the attacks land. His movements are minimal, economical, precise. 6 inches here, 3 inches there. A rotation of his hips. A lean backward. A sidestep so subtle it's almost invisible. 6 seconds gone. Master Wong's face is red now, sheened with sweat. His breathing is ragged. His students watch in growing horror. Bruce's students watch in awe, in vindication, in pride. Master Wong throws everything he has left into one final assault. A wild, desperate combination of strikes, grabs, kicks. He's abandoned technique now, abandoned strategy. He's just trying, with everything he has, to make contact. Any contact. A brush of fingertips against cloth. Anything. Bruce moves through the chaos like he's dancing, like he's demonstrating a form for students, unhurried and precise. Master Wong's fist comes within centimeters of Bruce's jaw. Bruce's head tilts. The fist continues past. Time! The student with the stopwatch shouts. 9 seconds, exactly. Master Wong stands frozen, bent forward. Off balance, arms extended, chest heaving. Bruce stands 3 feet away, hands still at his sides, breathing normally, not a hair out of place. The silence in the warehouse is absolute. Master Wong straightens slowly. His face has gone from red to pale. His hands drop to his sides. His 3 students won't meet his eyes. 400 of Bruce's students stare, witnesses to something they'll remember for the rest of their lives. Bruce doesn't gloat, doesn't smile, doesn't celebrate. He simply looks at Master Wong with an expression that might be compassion, might be sadness. Master Wong, Bruce says quietly, you're not a fraud. You're skilled. You're experienced. You've trained for decades, but you're trapped in tradition. You're so committed to the way things have always been done that you can't see other possibilities. You came here expecting to fight a version of martial arts, you understand? But what I teach isn't about styles. It's about adaptability. About responding to what is, not what you expect. Master Wong stares at him. Something is crumbling behind his eyes, certainty maybe, or pride. The foundation he's built his identity on is cracking. You challenged me, Bruce continues, because you thought I was disrespecting tradition. But I honor tradition by learning from it, then evolving beyond it. That's not disrespect. That's growth. That's what martial arts is supposed to be, a living thing, not a fossil. He takes a step closer. His voice drops lower, meant only for Master Wong now, though everyone strains to hear. You said I teach anyone who walks through my door. You're right, I do. Because I was that person once. I was the one traditional schools rejected. I was told I couldn't teach non-Chinese. I was told I was dishonoring my heritage. And I decided that if the heritage required me to exclude people based on their skin color or gender, isn't a joke. These people train hard, they dedicate themselves. They deserve the same respect you'd give any traditional student. He extends his hand, an offering. Not of friendship necessarily, but of mutual recognition. Acknowledgement that two different approaches can exist without one invalidating the other. Master Wong stares at the extended hand for a long moment. His students watch him, uncertain what he'll do. Bruce's students watch, hoping. Finally, slowly, Master Wong reaches out and takes Bruce's hand. The shake is brief, firm, formal. When they release, Master Wong steps back. You... He stops, starts again. His voice is rougher now, stripped of its earlier certainty. You are not what I expected. Neither are you, Bruce says. You're better than the man who walked in here trying to humiliate me. You're strong enough to accept this moment instead of running from it. Something flickers across Master Wong's face. Gratitude, maybe, or relief at being offered a path forward that doesn't require complete surrender of his dignity. He turns toward his students, gestures toward the door. They move immediately, eager to escape. But Master Wong pauses at the threshold, looking back at Bruce. You will have problems, he says. Others like me. Others who won't accept what you're doing. I know, Bruce says. And you'll face them the same way? If I have to. Master Wong nods once, slowly. Then he's gone, stepping out into the Oakland afternoon with his students trailing behind him. The large rolling door stays open, sunlight streaming in, the city sounds filtering through. For several seconds, no one in the warehouse moves. Then, like a dam breaking, the students erupt in cheers, in applause, in celebration. They surge toward Bruce, surrounding him, voices overlapping in excitement and validation and joy. Bruce stands in the center of it all, accepting their enthusiasm but not entirely present in it. His mind is already moving forward, already thinking about what comes next. Because Master Wong was right. There will be others. Other challenges, other confrontations. The path he's chosen isn't the easy one, but it's his. And he'll walk it with the same precision, the same adaptability, the same refusal to accept that limitations others impose have any real power unless he grants them that power. Over the following weeks, word spreads about what happened in the warehouse on 3rd Street. The story gets embellished, exaggerated, turned into legend. Some versions claim Bruce fought 10 men. Others say Master Wong apologized on his knees. The details shift and mutate with each telling, but the core remains true. Bruce Lee gave a master of traditional Wing Chun 9 seconds to land a single touch. And in those 9 seconds, he demonstrated something more profound than superior technique. He demonstrated that real strength isn't about domination. It's about mastery so complete you can defend without destroying, teach without humiliating, win without making enemies. 3 months later, Master Wong Tak-shing sends one of his students to Bruce's school, not to challenge, to train. The young man carries a letter from Master Wong, brief, formal, expressing that while he still doesn't agree with all of Bruce's methods, he recognizes there is value in what Bruce teaches. Value his student might benefit from. Bruce accepts the student without hesitation. The young man trains for 6 months, learning Bruce's approach to martial arts, then returns to Master Wong's school. He brings with him new ideas, new techniques, new ways of thinking. Master Wong implements some of them. Not all, but some. His teaching evolves just slightly. His school begins accepting female students for the first time in its history. It's a small change, a ripple from that 9-second demonstration spreading outward. 10 years later, in 1977, 3 years after Bruce Lee's death at 32, Master Wong Tak-shing is interviewed for a martial arts magazine. The interviewer asks about his experience with Bruce Lee. Master Wong is 60 now, gray-haired, his face more weathered than before. He's quiet for a moment, considering his words carefully. I went to his school to expose him as a fraud, Master Wong says finally, to prove he was disrespecting our tradition. I challenged him, and he turned my own challenge into a lesson. Not just for me, but for everyone watching. He could have destroyed me. Instead, he showed me there were possibilities I'd been too proud to see. Do you regret the confrontation? The interviewer asks. Master Wong shakes his head. I regret that I approached it with arrogance, but I don't regret that it happened. Those 9 seconds changed how I understood martial arts, changed how I understood teaching. Bruce Lee was, he pauses, searching for the right words. He was a true master, not because he could defeat anyone, though he probably could, but because he understood that the highest form of victory is transforming your opponent into a student. The interview runs in the next issue. Bruce's widow, Linda Lee Cadwell, reads it. She clips the article, saves it in a scrapbook alongside dozens of others. The evidence of a legacy. The proof that her husband's impact extended far beyond the films that made him famous, beyond the schools he opened, beyond the students he trained directly. He changed the way people thought about martial arts, about tradition, about what it means to be strong. But here's the question you need to ask yourself right now as you read this. Think about the last time you won an argument. The last time you were proven right, vindicated, validated. What did you do with that victory? Did you use it to build up the person who was wrong or to tear them down further? Did you extend grace or did you gloat? Bruce Lee could have humiliated Master Wong, could have struck him, dominated him, broken him physically and psychologically in front of 400 witnesses. No one would have blamed him. Master Wong came into his school uninvited, hurled insults, challenged him, tried to destroy everything he'd built. Bruce had every right to destroy him in return. But he didn't. He gave Master Wong 9 seconds to prove his point, and when Master Wong couldn't, Bruce didn't celebrate, didn't mock, didn't make an enemy. He offered a hand, offered a lesson, offered a path forward. Think about the power in that choice, the discipline required, the vision to see beyond the immediate moment to the long-term consequences, to understand that how you treat people when you win defines you more than the victory itself. Who in your life have you defeated? Proven wrong? Humiliated? What would change if you treated those moments the way Bruce treated his 9 seconds with Master Wong? Real strength isn't about how hard you can hit. It's about knowing you could hit and choosing not to. It's about transforming confrontation into connection, enemies into students, moments of conflict into opportunities for growth. Bruce Lee understood something most people spend their entire lives never learning. The most important battles aren't against other people. They're against your own ego, your own need to be right, your own desire to make others feel small so you can feel big. He won that battle in 9 seconds without throwing a single strike. The question is, can you